So once again, we're gonna see the Germans and the Italians facing a war in two different fronts.
Oh man, I feel bad for him. I have to say, I've definitely feel bad for him. It can't have been more than maybe a few years, maybe even less than a year. I'm not entirely sure that they were just in this almost exact same war. Germany lost a bunch. Italy lost a bunch. Obviously, Italy lost a pretty good chunk of territory from Turkey, or at least Italy was forced to release Croatia and Albania. But nonetheless, and then yeah, Germany got a big stab here from Russia, like just boom, knife to the heart right there. So they lost a lot of their cores. What did they have before? Well, we can't check now because oh yeah, no, maybe these weren't their cores. So maybe I'm just a little bit confused. That's right, Russia didn't lose anything. It was actually France that was taking stuff. They only took two away. The problem here is a lot of nations were released. So you had Switzerland released. You saw Albania, Romania, Croatia. Those were all nations that were released. So they are, if they didn't win the first war, then they're certainly not going to win this one. So I don't really know how this is going to go. Actually, I do know how this is going to go. This is going to go very badly, very poorly for the German-Italian alliance. As well as don't forget that technically Austria is involved in that war. So you don't know, you never know, right? You can't just say. I mean, one of them is going to be a Cape Colonial German Southwestern African. Oh my gosh, that is a mouthful right there. Cape Colonial German Southwest African Trade War. So it's a Southwest African Trade War, from what I've seen. It's from the Cape. It's from the colony though, from Southwest Germany. I really wish there was a different name for that. There really should be a better name for that. I don't know if that is what it was actually called in the real world. It actually might have been, but geez, at least they could have done is like name it or something. I don't know. And then there's the Russian-Italian Nationalist War, which is something that popped up. And I'm guessing the British just wanted to take advantage of the fact that Germany and Italy were at war with the Russians again. And more than likely, if it's just a war for, for Africa out this way, they're probably going to be able to do whatever they want. I mean, I'm guessing that the Europeans, obviously the Germans, the Italians, hey, Spain just joined in. And Norway. Okay, so did they join both, though? Oh my goodness, that does change things. So Norway and Spain, that changes a lot. However, this is how we can tell. Okay, but this is the problem, though. The Russian Nationalist War is much more of a threat than the British. The British aren't going to do that much to that. Wait, whoa. So, oh, I see. So the Russians called in France. That's the immediate border right there. Those are the immediate fronts. Either way, this nationalist war, I think, is going to hurt them a lot. However, they don't have to worry about the British as much, because now they have Spain. Well, actually, is Portugal on the other side? No. So, Spain, Portugal, and Norway all going to be kind of gangbanging Great Britain here. I probably could have used a way better metaphor there, but I guess crack lords are trying to figure out how I can put that into some sort of commentary that works. Oh, wait, so the Netherlands are involved as well, right? Yes, they are. Okay. Interesting. Wait, so let's remind ourselves. So the Russians are allied to only the Netherlands and France. That's actually a perfect alliance if you're trying to stop the aggression that Italy and Germany, which they have been. I mean, let's not forget Italy. Actually, Italy lost a lot of land. That's right. It wasn't so much Germany. Germany didn't lose a lot from France. It was Italy that was losing a bunch. Yeah, so they were very, obviously, much wider before. Not too long ago, they were looking much, much better. So let's check war scores. War's been going on for a little bit. Yeah, Russia's already at 7 war scores, so this is not going to go too well. Brazil now fighting, oh my gosh, Bolivia, Venezuela, and Uruguay. Uruguay. There you go. Negative 23 war score for Brazil. Are they under siege? Oh yeah, they're sieging. I forgot how strong Bolivia was. And of course, Venezuela. Oh, that could really turn Latin America upside down if this is a super successful war. Obviously, if it's not a super successful war, then who knows? But yeah, if this is super successful, which it looks like, I mean, like I said, it cannot be just a regular win. They have to get at least over, who knows? Oh, and they're actually negative 22 now. Not as bad. Not as bad. Great Britain is not winning this war with negative 4 war score so far. Bringing in, the Portuguese, the Spanish, and Norway is huge. Obviously, the Germans probably don't have the biggest fleet, but combining with Iberia and Norway, I mean, that could really hurt the British. I'm not sure if it's going to be anywhere close to... I mean, it's going to be close to their amounts. Remember, the British have the most powerful navy. At least the last time we checked, they had the most powerful navy in the world. Not sure if they still do. How's Turkey doing? Turkey's okay, allied to Ethiopia, and still, remember, Turkey formed out of the Ottoman Empire. So, yeah, allied to Ethiopia, and they still have Yemen under their control. How long is that truce now? That truce with the with the Italians. Where are they? I actually can't see because there's so many flags here. Is the truce over? Maybe it was a lot. Maybe it was longer ago because maybe I was running on speed 5, so it was only like a video in between, but it's actually not that big of a difference on the scope of things. I don't know. All I know is that there's no truce, I don't think. Yeah, Italy does not have a truce with Turkey. So there you go. Maybe a lot of time has gone by. Another thing I want to keep in mind is Africa. We should look at Africa and kind of see what's going on down here. Okay, well, I mean, clearly, German Southwest Africa is not doing so well. That colony that Germany has under their control is almost like more than 50% occupied, it looks like. But there's a good stack that can maybe unoccupy a few of these things. Let's see here. Who else do we have? We've got Portugal obviously helping out, which is really, really helpful. I'm guessing, you know why I think Iberia, specifically Portugal, has a reason to go to war with the British? Because, you know, they're colonies. They probably don't want the British and the French to control too much here in Africa. I would be surprised if these Spanish provinces aren't already... Yeah, no, they're not occupied yet, but I'm sure that's only a matter of time. They will very soon be occupied, I'm assuming. Well, no, that's true, because technically they're going to have to get over... The British are going to have to drop some troops off, which is maybe a little bit less likely. Portugal over here, too. Interesting. And then we also need to keep in mind Japanese-China. Japanese-China, they might be able to do... Obviously, I mean, you know, when I say Japanese-China, I just mean Japan. But they might have also a good opportunity coming up here soon. They still have their truce. Oh, they could actually go to war with China at any point. Yeah, they could. I'm surprised that they're not. Why aren't you going to war, Japan? This is your chance to strike. I mean, you actually might be feeling threatened by Russia still, even though Russia's, I have to assume, still has their hands tied in Western Europe, right? I mean, I'd imagine they've got to be a little bit kind of preoccupied with that. Oh, Mexico going back to war with Honduras and Panama this time. I believe that is their second or third war that they've gotten into, but I'm not sure. That could be Crack Lord. Who knows? Who knows who's talking right now? Russia's at 19 war score. So remember, this was Russia going after Italy, not necessarily Germany, so Germany could squeeze out of here, not losing too much. Also, how has Denmark not been destroyed? Denmark only allied to the Netherlands, and that's it. Yeah, just the Netherlands. So maybe if Germany survives this without losing too much land, maybe they'll attack Denmark. Surprised that still exists. You know, obviously with this German control of southern Sweden is a pretty big deal. Ooh, they're using the Strait crossing here in the Baltic Sea. Oh, but the Germans have it locked down now. So they did capture Stockholm, and I don't even know if the Germans are even going to be concerned with unoccupying that. So I'm guessing the Russians must have a big force just kind of moving through Italy. It's not that massive. I mean, there's a 100 stack. It's kind of makes things difficult. It's actually France that's, I think, making things way more difficult for this alliance here. All right, well, now things are going to get heated up because obviously Russia's going to get even more land than they had before. What is Russia going to do? Russia's only rivaled to, at this point, oh my gosh, they rivaled the British. I didn't realize that. And Italy. So if they take enough power away from Italy, then Russia will be forced to rival somebody else. Maybe America? We might be seeing maybe a Cold War a little bit later than it originally happened, but maybe 70, we might see a Cold War. Actually, we'd see it earlier than that. I don't think this war is going to last that much longer. So boom, they peace out. Russia takes a bunch away from Italy. Russia is forced to, rival somebody else that's new, and then bam, all aboard the Cold War train. The Cold War train, yeah. That sounds like it would actually be like a band or something. I don't know. To me, that sounds almost like a band. Okay, so France is already going after northern Italy, and they're having tons of success. France could technically take a bunch of stuff here. Maybe we're going to actually see a strong France. I can't remember the last time. I mean, that's kind of still very early to be assuming things like that. But Would be interesting. Smaller Indian nations kind of going at it in between the British-Indian borders. So how's Mexico doing? Mexico looks like they're going to have great success. Great success. Taking over Honduras. Panama is also maybe reinforcing, but it seems like Mexico's already won most of the battles. It looks like that to me. How about Brazil? How are you doing, Brazil? Negative 23 war score. Okay, so you're not doing too well, but you're keeping it down low. You're keeping it on the you're keeping a cap on it. You're not letting it go too high, which is good. Like I said, if Bolivia and Venezuela really want to do a damaging blow to Brazil, they've got to get a bunch of war score, baby. Okay, well, they've got 30, but when I say a bunch, I'm thinking over 60, which is doubtful. It's doubtful that they'd get that high. Who are they allied to? 17th of February, 1969. Allied to the British. Okay. So the Brazilians are not a part of this in Europe, right? No, I wasn't sure if they'd call them in or not. And just like that, we've got the Indian War over. 37 war score for Russia over the Italians. And we've got the British actually still winning themselves with 9 war score. I'm guessing because of the occupations here in German Southwest Africa, that would explain it. As well as obviously occupying Portuguese Angola and Mozambique is a pretty big deal. German East Africa is the only one that's doing okay, it looks like. And so is Italian Somaliland. Yeah, but that is about it. There's actually a few occupations going on here. Problem is that they're also fighting France at the same time. Technically not a part of the same war, but still, that is obviously going to make things really difficult for them. Oh man, I didn't realize the British still have so much control over... They've got so many vassals still. Well, I did know about that, but from the looks of things, I mean, there's really only like 3 independent nations, maybe 4. And if you want to count this one, Kangra, 5 independent nations. Portugal might be forced out of India due to this war. I mean, they don't have any occupations just yet, but I mean that is a possibility. 39 war scores. So we're about to see what happens here. Persia's still not allied to anybody? That's surprising, but they're still being guaranteed, though. Still being guaranteed by both Russia and Turkey. That's interesting because I'm guessing Turkey doesn't have any interest in expanding towards Persia, which is weird. Which is very weird. Let's see what Russia's going to take, more than likely. Now, if we go into their vital interests, we might be able to actually kind of guess what they want here. So they want to take all this stuff back. Seems about right. They're not expressing any interest in taking Germany away, taking any provinces away from Germany or in Scandinavia. What about France? France wants all of northern Italy, which is what they have under their own occupation. Ooh, yeah, Italy's very aggressive with their own desires, which maybe is why so many people don't like them. Maybe is why so many people have declared war on them. Mexico is about to win their war with Honduras. They got Panama out of the war. Brazil at negative 40 war score. And the British are getting stronger with 17 war score on their side. So Mexico, I think, is on... Oh, there it goes. Boom. So they just totally ate that nation up. They didn't even think about it. Just bam, right there. Honduras separatists. So they're going to get crushed. And obviously Panama doesn't like Mexico. Well, they're okay, but I'm sure there's going to be a war between these two. And then we'll have Mexico kind of taking... they're going to take sides here. Do they help out the Brazilians? Oh, they hate each other. So it's very unlikely. Mexico likes Venezuela. So yeah, this is going to really... If Mexico goes to war one more time, this is really going to, I think, shift the politics of South America. Because people underestimate Mexico. They're really powerful in these extended era mods. Ooh, who's got this blockade going on? Someone with the blockade. Who is this? Spain. Oh my gosh, with one... What is this? Light ship. Okay. I was going to say, I thought it was going to be like a transport ship or something like that. That would be pretty funny. All right, most of Italy is now occupied. And, oh, is the war over? Somebody was black flagged. No, it's just this one unit, which... Who knows why he was black flagged? I mean, there's probably a reasonable explanation, but I don't know. It almost looks like some of these wars are going to be over soon, but no. Yeah, so Mexico ended their war. We knew about that one. And that's it. I still have no idea. I mean, calling in both Spain, Portugal, I'm sorry, 3, calling all Norway, Spain, and Portugal, and the British still win this? I mean, man, the British colonies really have a lot of power. And the British have even landed inside of northern Germany. Ooh, this is going to get messy. Yeah, so I mean, this is kind of still technically the results of like the World War II, even though there's you could separate them into 2 wars. They were technically, oh, dang, Bolivia, dude, you going crazy, man. Holy crap. You probably took way too much there, Bolivia, but still, we have never seen a Bolivia like this before in South America. Never. I've done like 4, I think this is my 4th extended timeline era mod. And every single start, South America is always the same. Haven't seen Bolivia this powerful, something that we've never seen. I mean, like South America always starts the same. Usually different results. We'll see if Bolivia can hold on to this. They took so much away though, dude. You might have, I don't know about this. How do you feel towards Mexico? You like Venezuela, so you might be able to make like a little alliance here. Brazil and Peru might try to get something going. Possibly. I think a lot of people hate Brazil? No. Argentina's okay, Chile, Peru. We've got the British obviously there on good terms. Wow. All right. Well, that is going to make South America really interesting. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if some of that land breaks off. And, okay, so the British have ended their trade war. I don't think they're going to take any land away. Doesn't look like they did. It was a trade war, like I said. I don't think so. I don't even know if you could take land away during a trade war. Either way, the British didn't do much of anything. And I'm actually wondering if this is going to help the Germans now. Oh, that war is over too. And Austria just gained a whole bunch of land, as well as the Pope has been released out of Italy. We have Serbia making a comeback, Romania getting a bit more of their own land, and Switzerland's still the same. Oh, and France. Yeah, France is starting to become the big blue blob. What is going on here with the mouse? Hello? Are you good, mouse? Do you need to take a break? Did you try some crack before this? Either way, oh, Russia, France. So that's going to be a very, very big alliance if they can keep that up. Well, with the Netherlands as well. But this is going to be obviously very interesting now that we have a... Well, not really. I mean, Germany can still make a comeback, but Italy is kind of broken at this point. But we'll see. And Austria is back. And there's the German-Austrian alliance. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.